Imagine you're sick and dying, and the medicine you need moves around like chess pieces on a board. That's the reality for many people in the Kansas City area waiting for a liver transplant.
Those organs once stayed local. Donors and recipients were near one another. But now livers might be sent far away from where they came from.
KCTV5 investigative reporter Angie Racono is here with an eye-opening look at who lives, who dies, and who decides.
Well, Brad and Ellen, doctors call this the high price of sharing. Livers now go to the most critically ill patients, even if that means they live hundreds of miles from here. And while that's been life-saving for some people, doctors argue this new policy called Share 35 has hurt local patients. The numbers help tell the story. And here they are. 115 people had liver transplants at the University of Kansas Hospital in 2014. Last year, only 87. That's 28 fewer transplants. Tonight, the story of one patient who almost ran out of time.
It's kind of like your life gets taken away.
Bill Ullery needs a transplant. Doctors blame a medical condition he was born with. Perhaps you can blame new public policy for his agonizing wait.
That directly affected Bill.
His doctor certainly does.
People here need to know that if less transplants are done in Kansas, more people will die on the wait list.
Bill spent 579 days waiting for a liver and kidney transplant. Here he is being wheeled off to surgery, a 21-year-old who never thought about how organs are allocated.
It's a lottery.
But his doctors did. And they point a critical finger at Share 35, the new public policy that changed things. Livers used to be matched locally. Now they are shared regionally. Currently, there are 11 regions, but there's talk of combining regions and sharing even more. Perhaps 8 regions, and down the road, maybe only 4.
Don't move things from our community to theirs.
Dr. Richard Gilroy and leaders at the University of Kansas Hospital point to statistics showing other communities have lower donation rates than ours.
Any pain right now?
Yeah.
And that's not good news for local patients like Bill Ullery.
I'm watching him deteriorate.
Bill's parents created a website advocating for organ donation.
There are more than 120,000 people on a list waiting for a life-saving organ transplant.
Realizing supply is the big issue.
How do I know? I've been waiting 570 days and counting.
Last year, 27 patients on the waiting list died at the University of Kansas Hospital. Doctors say 8 others became too sick for a transplant, and they were removed from the list and they died too. So 35 people in our area gone.
There were times where we wondered. There were certainly times it felt like it was never going to happen.
But it finally did.
Organs are on the way here.
And there are no words to express what this family feels on this day.
We'll make sure you're nice and comfortable.
There's relief,
We'll take great care of them.
anxiety, and brutal waiting.
Chris, he wants it on. He wants some hard rock, he said. Let's make it happen. All right.
A double transplant is complicated, and Bill is very sick.
Billy, you want to see your liver?
Here's a look inside that operating room
You bet.
We'll see in a little bit.
as doctors spend hours transplanting a new kidney and liver. It's a second chance for a family running out of time and hope.
Everything went well. It was a difficult surgery.
And this is the moment that says it all.
Thank you for helping my son.
Behind this joy, sadness, knowing another family is grieving.
We have a chance to do so. Bill has a chance to live. So my biggest thing I really want to say today is thank you.
I kind of want to be here now.
Here's Bill 2 weeks after surgery. His outlook on life changed.
I literally just feel better. Like, I feel more more alive. I feel like I can smell better, taste better. Everything just seems like it's got a richness to it. But I feel like my skin feels so much better.
A young man who's now looking ahead.
This is why you need to be an organ donor.
Bill's story has a happy ending. However, Dr. Gilroy says the surgery would have come sooner in Bill's case if Share 35 wasn't the current protocol. Other hospitals across the nation are joining the fight against moving organs around, saying it is unfair. The government agency in charge of organ allocation, UNOS, says sharing is about saving more lives and sicker people don't run out of time.
Well, so happy for Bill and his family, but you know, I think about all those other families like the Ulleries as they were waiting.
Oh, it's very difficult, and there's currently 120,000 people across the nation that are on the waiting list for some type of transplant, and that's such a big number. So to put that in perspective, you could fill Kauffman Stadium 3 times, and you would still have 6,000 people standing.
Wow. They're so powerful. Angie, thank you. And this incredible story is also on our website. We want to thank the Ulleries for sharing their story. Ken is a photographer here at KCTV5.